Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to talk a little bit about a whole bunch of little news stories, quite frankly. Lots of little things going on, and, lovely time. So starting off then, and this came from the lovely Stephen Kent, who pointed this one out to me, it seems like there is another season of the Pikachu on the ball futsal Pokemon crossover thing, which is going on. And this is wonderful, wonderful news because of Pikachu on the ball. Now, I told you about Pikachu on the ball previously. Basically, Pikachu on the ball is a promo card which is getting to the stage of being borderline mythical. You see, we had Sobble on the ball, Grookey on the ball, and Scorbunny on the ball, the first partner Pokemon from Generation 8. And we also had Eevee on the ball, and they were just given out as promos at game, which was nice and easy. You go into game, you spend 15 quid. Sobble was a bit of a pain, because by the time Sobble was released, game had no stock. And I tried a couple different game stores who literally wouldn't sell it to me unless I bought Pokemon TCG products. Not regular Pokemon, it had to be TCG. But they didn't have any Pokemon TCG products to sell to me, which was clearly ridiculous, and that was kind of annoying. But that's a story for another day. Well, I kind of already told you, I suppose. Point is, they were quite easy to get. But then we had Pikachu on the ball. And the problem with Pikachu on the ball is that it was only available in these futsal kits that were sent out to futsal clubs that, well, take part in futsal. Futsal's kind of like football, but it's kind of skills intensive and smaller ball and all that good stuff. So Pikachu on the ball was very difficult to get. Well, it turns out that it seems like there is another season coming, and essentially this means the following. There are going to be more kits given out, which means there are going to be more Pikachu on the ball cards distributed. Now, to be perfectly clear, what should happen is they should be given to the kids attending the club. But we know what's inevitably going to happen is a bunch of these are going to be hawked on eBay, etc. So if you are looking to pick one of these up on the secondary market, because so many more of them should now be released in the near future, we should see more of these being made available. I would kind of love it if they all just got sent out to the kids, but we know that's unfortunately not going to happen, so sorry about that. In other news, which is actually not particularly good, for which I can only apologise, you've missed your chance at the gold box over in Japan. So that 25th anniversary gold box, the one that looks absolutely amazing, it's got all the gold accessories and things of that nature. Well, I told you that was put up for order over on Amazon Japan, and it was. And it's now the deadline has passed, and it's no longer being sold. So it was being sold made to order, and if you ordered it, you needed a Japanese address, which is a bit of a pain. But if you had a Japanese address, you could order it made to order, and you would actually get one, which was amazing. Unfortunately, the deadline for that has now passed. I don't know how newsy this is, but I've had a few questions about it, so I figured it was something that was worth popping into a little video here. Unfortunately, yes, you have missed your opportunity, but the fact that they made it made to order, and there was a couple of weeks period where you could literally buy that at retail from Amazon Japan, I still contend that was such a wonderful, wonderful thing to do. It was amazing. It wasn't quite as good as the 25th anniversary boxes they sold, because remember, they also did a thing on Amazon where they sold these 25th anniversary boxes, and they were again made to order, and they would actually ship outside of Japan. They would ship internationally, and you would get a full box with the promos at retail, shipped anywhere. That was absolutely amazing. The gold box, they only shipped inside Japan. Obviously, it's a bigger, more expensive product to ship. There were going to be far more issues with shipping, and also it's a way more awkward product to produce. They clearly wanted to keep order numbers down, so making it so you had to have a Japanese address just made sense. Proxy addresses did work, however, so if you can find your way around them, you hopefully ordered one of these. But we've seen it twice now where sought-after products in Japan, really sought-after products, have been sold made to order on Amazon, we could see more of this in the future, and I, for one, really hope we see this coming outside of Japan as well. I would be delighted. And sure, there's a bit of a long wait. My booster box isn't going to get here until, well, it's being shipped in July, so it won't make it to me in the UK probably until early August. And my gold box isn't going to be here and get shipped at the end of August, so I'm not going to get that till September. And I don't even care, basically, because I'm actually going to get them, and that is wonderful, wonderful news. In other wonderful, wonderful news, they have gone and revealed the playmat, which will be given to the top 32 finishers at the Team Challenge. It's Gengar V Max. At this stage, right, you kind of knew it was going to be booster pack artwork, and it turns out it is booster pack artwork for Gengar V Max that is obviously from the Fusion Strike booster pack. Which is a little bit weird to me, because of course the participation mat, the one that everybody that qualifies and gets to play actually gets, is Shaman. And that is of course booster pack artwork from Brilliant Stars. So I was kind of assuming, and I don't think I was the only one here, that the other mats being given out were also going to be Brilliant Stars. And let's not forget, there is a Charizard booster pack, which means somewhere out there is probably a Charizard playmat. Don't know when we're getting that Charizard playmat, don't know exactly how and where it's being given out and all of that good stuff, but at some point in the future we're probably going to get it, so yay. In more good news, well, good if you live in the US, not so good if you live in Europe, it turns out that Lucario V box that I've shown you before, well, that was actually the European version. Generally speaking, we tend to see the US version first, and then they'll show us the European version. I did a video about this a little while ago. For various businessy reasons we don't need to get into now, but just search on the channel for why a US product's better. Yeah, I've got a lot of thoughts on the matter. It's all understandable, incidentally. It's nothing nefarious. US products tend to be better and cheaper. It's the way of the world, unfortunately. But it turns out I've been showing you the Lucario box. We now finally do have an image of the US box, and it's better. It's like genuinely significantly better. What it essentially is the same box as before, with an extra booster pack and a metallic coin. Also, as a fun little side note, it finally gives us a clear image of the full art Lucario V that was partially obscured on the other one. So you guys are getting an extra pack and a metallic coin over what we're getting, which is, a little bit sad. And it'll probably, with currency conversion, it'll probably actually end up being cheaper for you. Most products generally are, but I don't really care. I'm really looking forward to this Lucario V-Box. I think it looks really good. It is definitely one that I'm going to be buying day one. This is going to absolutely be one that I'm popping in a pre-order for. So, yeah, the US version is better, and that's lovely. But come on. The EU version is still pretty gosh darn cool. This is one of those situations where I'm not going to be sad that you're getting a better version, because I'm actually pretty gosh darn happy about the version that we are getting. And then in other mostly good, occasionally bad news, we've also seen some changes to the Play Pokemon lineup. Regional championships have changed a little bit. It turns out that actually the one in Florida has unfortunately been cancelled. Long story short, Pokemon events, you have to have proof of vaccination in order to attend. You can argue about that as much as you like. It's not an argument I'm looking to get into in this video. I'm just telling you what the rules are. But Florida has passed a rule which means you cannot ask somebody for proof of vaccination to attend an event. Obviously, those two things are directly at odds to each other, so we cannot have both of them. And essentially what's happened is that Pokemon have turned around and gone, right, you know what? Cancel it. It's not happening anymore. Let's just move on. And that's going to be disappointing for some people, and I get that. But Pokemon are clearly trying to look after us. They are clearly putting our health and safety first and foremost. And I don't think that's something we can be particularly upset about. They've also added a couple. You know, in Europe, we did just have one in Liverpool the weekend after my son's due to be born. Yay! But we've also got a couple coming in May, in Lille on May the 21st to 22nd, and in Bremen on May the 28th to the 29th. And you may notice that all three of those regionals on the screen do feature Pokemon Go, Yeah, Pokemon Go is not just happening at Worlds. Pokemon Go is having qualifiers at regionals now, which is brilliant and is just going to make everything a lot more fun. Very quickly, I've shown you the European list. Here is the US list. We got Salt Lake City on the 18th to 20th of March. We've got Indiana on the 6th to 8th of May. We've got Secaucus, New Jersey on May the 20th to the 22nd. We've got Vancouver on the 27th to the 29th of May. That one's obviously in Canada. And we've got Milwaukee on the 17th to the 19th of June. So that's all happening. And then we've got a couple in Latin America, including one in Sao Paulo. We got one in April and we got one in May. And then we got 3 in Oceania, one in March, one in May, one in June. And it is interesting to note that the first one there, that is your Brisbane event, that is the first regional championship, March the 12th to the 13th. That is the one that is going to kick everything back off again and get us back into tournaments. So, yeah, Florida was cancelled, and I know that's upsetting to people in Florida or people near that wanted to attend. You absolutely have my sympathy for that one. But also, we've got more events now, and they've added Pokemon Go. Do remember, nothing is guaranteed. We all know that things can change, and the lovely Will Poster said this, and I think this is absolutely worth repeating. Do not spend unrefundable money on travel plans. Travel, accommodation, do not spend unrefundable money, because these tournaments could be cancelled or rearranged at a moment's notice. You know the way the world is at the moment. Please don't spend money that can't be refunded for fairly obvious reasons. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that's the news. Some good news, some disappointing news. I think overall a net positive. But you needed to know it, and now you do know it, and life is good. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about these news stories. Tell me what you're excited about. Tell me if you're going to be able to attend any of those tournaments. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.